Hello and welcome to part 3 in this breathing meditation series. So the first 2 parts looked at belly breathing and diaphragmatic breathing, and this part we will be connecting mind, body and breath in a yoga asana of Tadasana. So if you haven't watched the previous 2 meditations, I would recommend watching them first, because the breathing we'll be doing is connected to those. So I've included the links in the description below. And with that said, let's begin. So we'll need either 2 pillows or a yoga block for this. So hip pause, grab 2 pillows or a yoga block. And the feet need to really feel the connection of the ground for this. So if you've got shoes or socks on, take shoes and socks off. And have the pillows within reaching distance. And we're going to set up in Tadasana. Actually, first of all, we'll just wake up the cells in the body before we settle into Tadasana. So just take the left arm outwards, palm facing up, and then tap on the inside of the left arm, tapping up and down. And flip the palm over and tap down the outside of the left arm. Just waking up the cells in the body. And then tapping down the left side of the chest. I'm not actually going to do it because the microphone won't like it. But tapping down the left side of the chest and the torso. And then tapping down the left of the leg. Tapping up and down the left leg. Tapping up the left side of the body again, across the chest. Tapping down the right side of the body. Tapping up and down. And then tapping the right leg. Tapping up through the right side of the body, coming to the middle, tapping the middle of the chest. And then just take any wiggles of the body that we need. Maybe taking some head rolls, some hip sways side to side. And so we'll start with our feet and work upwards. So in Tadasana, the feet are hip distance. So we want to about hip distance. So we take the hands and maybe feel the hip bone and then start to align the feet with the hip bone. So peek down, look to the feet, and then take the heels slightly outwards and the big toes slightly inwards. So you're creating a straight line with the outer edges of the feet. So if you used to put a ruler by the outer edges of the feet, the ruler would touch the most outer parts of the foot. And then peek down, and you might notice a triangular shape with your legs and feet. So in Tadasana, our legs are our stable, strong foundation to the posture, and a triangle is one of the most stable structures. So that's the shape that we're creating here, is a triangular structure, which provides a stable base for Tadasana. So we keep a soft bend in the knees, not locking the knees, a soft bend. And the pelvis is tilted slightly forward. So if you take your hands and just slightly tilt the pelvis forwards about 30 degrees. Maybe play with shifting the pelvis back and forwards, back and forwards, and then find that slight tilt forwards. And then take the pillows and place them in between the thighs. So wedge them up to the upper thighs. And here we're activating Mula Bandha, which is an energy lock around the root chakra. And we do that by engaging the pelvic floor, and the pillows help with that by engaging the thighs. So just notice opposing forces here. So we're pushing down through the feet and we're rising up through the head and the torso. So pushing downwards, creating a strong, steady base, whilst lifting up through the spine and the crown and opening outwards through the chest. So down through the feet and pelvic floor, up through the crown of the head and spine, and then chest is opening outwards to the sides. So traditionally the palms face forwards to open up the chest. And focus your gaze on a point of the floor or the center of the eyebrows, or you can close the eyes down and just feel those opposing forces opening through the chest, lengthening through the spine and head, and pushing down through the feet. Notice if there's anything you can do to feel more steady and supported by the feet. So maybe lifting the toes up and spreading them out a little bit more. Maybe shifting your weight slightly forwards and back to find your center point of gravity. So for me, that's where most of my weight's in my heels. There's a slight engagement in the quads. And the inner thighs are almost rotating inwards slightly towards each other. Notice all of these subtle changes in your body. Notice the thighs. What happens when you slightly rotate them inwards? Feel where the weight is in your feet. Can you adjust the position of your toes and feet to feel slightly more stable and steady? And now start to become aware of your breath. So just notice how it feels, if it feels short or unsteady. Maybe just take a few deep inhales and long exhales through the mouth. Take whatever breath you need to feel steady and settled. And just accept your breath for however it feels right now, not trying to change it as such, just noticing how it feels and then just working with it. Can you allow the breath to travel down to the belly? So allowing the belly to move outwards with the inhale. Maybe place one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. And then closing the eyes or keeping the gaze focused on a point. We're going to come to a breathing visualization. On an inhale, imagine the breath being sucked up from the ground, up through the soles of the feet, all the way up through the legs and the center of the body, up to the crown of the head. Almost like a white light coming in through the soles of the feet, traveling up the body to the crown of the head. And on the exhale, that wind of breath, that white light travels back down through the body, through the soles of the feet, down to the ground. Again, not judging how the breath feels, just allowing it to travel up through the body and down again, using that visualization to follow the wind of breath. Notice where your weight is. Are you still in that center point of gravity? Or do you need to shift slightly back towards the heels to find that center point? And then come back to the breathing technique. Allowing the belly to expand on the inhale as it travels up through the body. allowing that belly to expand with air, energy, and life as we breathe in life to the cells of the body and allow the belly to relax as we exhale. Inhaling energy, exhaling whatever the body no longer needs, relaxing any tension on the exhale. And then blinking the eyes open if they're closed. Now we're going to practice diaphragmatic breathing. So take the hands and take the sides of the hands and place them just where the diaphragm sits, just below the ribs. And as we inhale, the diaphragm muscle moves down. And as we exhale, the diaphragm relaxes back upwards. So we're going to connect the hand movement to the movement of the diaphragm. So inhale, and the diaphragm and hands push downwards. Exhale, the diaphragm and hands move up. Inhale, the diaphragm and hands push down. Exhale, the diaphragm and hands move up. Keep practicing. Feel that engagement of the diaphragm muscle. If you're new to diaphragmatic breathing, it can take a few times to practice this to feel the engagement of the diaphragm. Remember, it is a muscle, so it will take time to strengthen and feel the engagement of the muscle. So just be patient, keep practicing, and with time, the muscle will strengthen. You'll develop that mind to muscle connection. You might want to take the hands further down. To make this really intuitive, so don't watch me on the screen. Close the eyes or focus your gaze somewhere and just really tune into your breath and your body. Do what feels right and intuitive to your breath and body. Take one more inhale and exhale. Nice. Now remove the pillows and bring the soles of the feet together to touch. The hands at the center of the chest, thumbs touching the middle point of the chest in Anjali Mudra. Maybe take the head down to bow towards the hands. Feel a sense of being centered and grounded down through the feet. And then thank yourself for taking this time to connect with your mind, body, and breath. And thank you for letting me guide you through this practice. Please do let me know how you found it in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video.